And good morning, Savannah and the Low Country. It's the coach. It's the AD, Chad Griffin from Calvary Day School, Karl DeMasi from wherever you want to put me at. But anyway, it's another Saturday morning. We're in the Sound Garden. It's not as humid. It's a little cool breeze. Ooh. And remember, it's all presented by Coach's Corner on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. I'm pumped. Let's talk sports. We got the kids back on the field. I know you're a little going El Loco with your friend who we're going to have on later on the show, Jim Collis, the new AD over at Savannah Country Day. But we got a great lineup. We're going to start with the Shark. That's right. The voice of Grayson Stadium, historic Grayson Stadium of the Savannah Bananas. You know, he's called the public address announcer, but I call him the public address DJ because he puts on a show by himself. 4 years with the Bananas. I thought he wasn't coming back, but he's coming back.
He's coming back, man.
He's coming back. The Shark's going to get you. Then we'll go to our Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. Only a junior. I think 12 major college scholarship offers. He's got a cannon for an arm. He's 6'3". He's built as a college quarterback, our pro-style quarterback, Holden Geriner.
Yeah, man, I'm super excited to talk to Holden. And you watch some of the social media stuff. I know the guys he's been working with. Dean Thompson down in Jacksonville. He's got a great quarterback coach at BC as well. And so I want to talk to him about the process.
Yeah.
That's the thing I'm most interested in is the process, what he's gone through really since, started his sophomore year, just going to his junior year. Mm-hmm. And looking forward to that for sure.
And recruiting during the pandemic, how did that work out?
Exactly.
And I was over at BC the other day because I did an interview with Brian Tootin, the athletic trainer, good friend of mine. And Danny was there. I said, Danny, tell me about this kid. Coach, he's got a gun. And I said, he's got a gun. We know that. And he was waiting for Ergeron from LSU to call him back.
Oh, well, yeah.
Come on, Coach. How's this kid playing? He's a real deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is it close? Am I close?
That's pretty close.
I'm close. Okay. So, and then we'll go to Savannah Country Day across town over there in Windsor Forest area. I mean, just came in, did a great job, ran the region last year. Of course, he had to play as one of his rivals in the playoffs. And it seems like that's always going to happen with Calvary, Country Day, and Savannah Christian. So they all go at it. And, he just did a great job, Jim Collis.
Yeah, he did a fantastic job last year. He had a veteran offensive defensive line, young emerging quarterback, great run back as well. We will talk to him about Barry Kleinpeter. We're going to talk about his O-line, D-line from last year and what they got come back this year and what he's looking forward to.
I don't want to talk about that.
And then
I want you to talk about all the stuff you guys are going crazy with because he's the athletic director.
We're going to talk about that too. We're going to talk about. We might run out of time. Well, we never run out of time.
No,
we got as much time.
We got as much time. We're not cut off by commercials.
Right.
We don't have to worry about national news. And remember, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report now is on the internet every Saturday morning from 9 to whenever, 11 o'clock, hopefully the latest. This guy's got to get back to work. Okay. I don't have a job right now. So what else is there? Then, of course, we're on Facebook Live, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. We're on Twitter at KD Sports Report. And we're on YouTube Live. I got a YouTube channel, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. You can go back and check it. And once again, we're going to be here. And you know what's good about Chad and I? I've been here for 25 years. He's been here for 19 years. We're Savannians. Okay, I'm a Southern Yankee. He's been a Southern guy all his whole life, but I've been here for 25 years. I'm not going back. I love Savannah. I love local sports, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah, man.
Let's kick it off. I mean, you had a crazy week. Georgia High School State Association teams opened up. Skeeza and Giza opened up last week. We wish it was last year, okay, but it's not last year. It's a new norm. So how was it?
I think it was good. Like talking to Coach Collis a little bit before we got on here, I think a lot of things have changed. Obviously, all the precautions put in place, all the temperature checks, questionnaires, social distancing. We did mask in the weight room. But the thing I think we all enjoy more than anything else was the fact that we were back. And I think everybody was excited to have kids back back at their school, back in their gym, back on the fields. The interaction with student athletes, it is changed. It's a different world, but I think we all are just grateful that we get to come back and do this, Karl. And that's the biggest thing right now. We're all understanding. I read articles in AJC all week. Coaches that were going from 5 in the morning, they were there at 5:30 in the morning to 6, 7 at night, but they were grateful to do it. They were happy to do it. I think kids are not complaining about anything because they know how quickly this could be taken away, which – we can talk about that too, because it's already been starting to take away in 1-2 colleges.
I mean, it's just an exciting time. And, talking to the coaches, talking to the kids, talking to the parents, talking to the athletic trainers. They're excited about being back too. So, I mean, everybody's excited to be back. We just got to be careful. Now, everybody's saying, we talked about the University of Houston, 13
Yeah.
players tested positive for COVID-19. We got all this testing now. I even had to get tested last week because being a Chatham County Public School coach, teacher, I have to be tested before I go work with my kids. So I went last Tuesday, a little tickle up the nose. It wasn't that bad. I mean, I wanted to sneeze.
Yeah.
But anyway, I found out I'm negative, and I can work with my kids. And, we got a lot more people being tested. So there's going to be a lot of asymptomatic people, and that means you show no signs.
Yeah, and that was the thing. Every case they had there was exactly that. They were asymptomatic. And so then, like I said, article this morning talked about between 20 to 50% of the population could be that. So those are the things that are going to be interesting with Georgia High School. We have a state executive committee meeting coming up June the 23rd and 24th in Thomaston at the convention center. You have an outgoing group, and then the next day you have the incoming group. And so the incoming group is ones that we'll be dealing with and talking about, what policies are going to be coming in place for the new year.
And we get to talk to Coach Collis here. And did you ever think about, what about if you're starting quarterback, God forbid, I'm not talking about Barry Klein, Peter, but you're a football coach and your starting quarterback tests positive. Do you have that backup? Do you have 2 or 3 backups? It's going to be pretty interesting.
Well, what we started talking about this week was, hey, there's got to be a plan for coaches. If Coach Stroud goes down,
I didn't even think of that.
If Coach Brantley goes down, what happens? If you better have we talk as coaches this week.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, if something happens to our head volleyball coach, hey, does the assistant know exactly what to do? So we've started the process of, hey, if the head coach goes out, who's the next in charge and who rotates where? And so we spent just as much time this week starting that planning in the evenings of, hey, if this happens, who's the next in charge? Who's next in line? You better have an order here because it could.
I know. I mean, there's so many
Something
questions.
can happen like that. So we started asking that this week. All right, if Coach Stroud happens, who's the next guy up?
Coach Griffin.
No, not me. God forbid if something happens to me, then someone else has got to take charge of all this.
Oh, you got plenty of right-hand men over there.
We do. But that's the thing we started thinking about as a coaching staff. We talk about the players, and you can create a depth chart with that. Right. But what about the coach's depth chart? That's what we started talking about this week.
It's going to be interesting. Hey, you're watching the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here in the Sound Garden, presented by Coach's Corner on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We have a lot of fun every Saturday morning. It's all local, all the time. So I'm glad you could be with us. Okay, NCAA. We talk about the Georgia Bulldogs. We talk about Savannah State. We talk about Georgia Southern. Coaches can't work now. It's not been voted on, but the preliminary information that I've read is that July 13th, the head coaches and the coaches can come back with the kids. Right now, the conditioning, the athletic trainer, the strength coach are all working with them.
Yeah, so it just gives them I think it's going to give them a little more time to really, as numbers keep coming out and people start getting more testing is available, I think it's just going to give them more time. Now, the reality is if you read what Lincoln Riley talks about at Oklahoma, about, hey, we're not just having people go out on their own and do stuff and put stuff in. So he's been calling out some other guys in SEC about what they're doing and calling out Clemson a little bit. So
Dabo Sweeney's catching it all day long.
Oh my gosh!
I got to say this, Chad. Everybody hates a winner. Everybody hates a winner, and Dabo Sweeney is a winner. Here's a great story about a guy, not the top athlete on the team, played college football, but walks in as a wide receiver coach, becomes the head coach. Everybody hates a winner.
Well, Dabo's also the guy he's pretty outspoken. He's out there.
I don't think he's doing this like he wore that T-shirt. Football matters.
Oh, that was during the quarantine is when he had the shirt.
Right. So give me a break. Give me a break.
And you saw guys come to his defense. Yeah, and so from that standpoint, but you got a lot. With testing going on, having the coaches back up to work with the kids. Just getting them in shape. Coach Collis is going to be able to talk about this as well. It's like, hey, what percentage of kids do you think was really fit coming into week one? What did that look like for you guys? And I've talked to other coaches around the state, and some of them were a little bit shocked. Others like, man, we knew they were eating Twinkies and drinking soda. we knew that after the first 3 or 4 weeks. So
all right, we got 2-minute drill. The Shark is in the house. Jim Collis is hanging out in the waiting room. We'll call it the green room. Okay. Yeah. So Shark is hanging out. He's in the banana room. He's already bouncing off the walls. That's the Shark for you. But anyway, all right. We wanted to touch on All-Star Game, June 22nd, a week from Monday. So we got 9 days. It's the Savannah Area Fellowship of Christian Athletes 5th Annual All-Star Game. There's only 1,000 tickets. You got to go get your tickets. $5 a ticket. I already bought my 2, even though I'm going to be there doing the play-by-play on the internet. Somehow the coach and AD will be there, and the AD's got to help me out, get this all straightened out here. So we might have a third guy that might want to join us. So it'll be a lot of fun with 3 of us.
Guy?
No, little Travis Jordan.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Even though he's a Red Sox fan, but we'll let him come on and play with us.
That's
and
you two right here.
So yeah, but anyway, so I think it's 25 guys on each team.
I think so.
50 of the top seniors, baseball players in the area will be there. And, Carter Holden up at North Carolina yesterday at High Point. He played on the field that Don played on. He blew somebody out, 7 strikeouts, 2 hits. So we're talking about the what's the Golden Boy? No, from the Natural. The Natural.
Yeah, Natural.
So, I mean, local kids doing good things. So Fellowship Christians Athletes, first official athletic event in the area.
You could say it. Yeah, and the fact that seniors, Georgia High School doesn't regulate it, so these kids can be back on the field. The coaching staffs, we interviewed Coach Lee from Calvary and the head coach from Strickland from Richmond Hill last week. They're excited. They're excited about their coaching staffs as well, guys that they've coached with in the past. Be with them. And so it's going to be a great event. Make sure you go get your tickets. Support these seniors who lost their senior year, lost senior nights and everything. So make sure you get out there. Go watch this game. Go support those guys. Cheer. The Shark School will be there. The Shark will be there?
Shark's going to be there.
Shark School will be there. Be the entertainment of it. And so, man, it's going to be like a bananas run for the senior. It's going to be a great event.
All right. So we're going to come back in about 3 or 4 minutes. We got to thank our sponsors, of course, Coach's Corner, Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic, Rockies, Thompson Sporting Goods. I think anybody else?
I think it's it, man.
Okay, so we got to thank them. But next up, he's the man in the crow's nest, and that's what it's called. It's the crow's nest at Grayson Stadium. They were going to have him in the stands, but I think that might have changed. He'll let us know. But, of course, we're going to talk to the Shark. His name is Mark Ediss. You got it now?
I didn't know him by anything but the Shark. When he said Mark Ediss the other night, I'm like, who's that?
Trivia question.
He's like,
who is Mark Ediss?
I'm like, I never called him by his name. I only know him by the Shark.
Well, he's the Savannah Bananas, historic Grayson Stadium, officially public address announcer. But no way, he's the public address DJ. He's going to get the party going. And that's, of course, up next, the Shark, Mark Ediss. You're listening to the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, and it's presented to you by Coach's Corner right here in Soundgarden, all on the Coach's Corner Sports Network.
It's all sports, all the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and abundant pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong during the COVID-19 pandemic. They're now open for dine-in, lunch, and dinner. But remember, Coach's Corner still has curbside and takeout service. John Pearson and Coach's Corner crew has still been smoking delicious meats like Boston butts, ribs, and chickens on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. And don't forget, Saturday night in the Soundgarden, it's Matchbox 20 2.0. Tickets are priced between $20 and $45. Seeing is still at the first 100. You can go to eventbrite.com to get your tickets. Make it a night to remember at Coach.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
Over a half century when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, and trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Ediss, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. So come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop. They are now located at 42 West Montgomery Crossroads, Suite C in Savannah. Are open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. each day. So come visit locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, where everyone is a winner.
Yo, you still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
Okay. Once again, put those commercials together, and I hit the wrong button. Okay, so try to make it easy. But it's the coach and the AD right here on the Karl DeMasi Sports Board. It's Saturday morning in the Sound Garden, presented by Coach's Corner, and it's all on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. And we got a lot going on. We got a lot of great things going on. Next Monday, June 22nd, Grayson Stadium, 6:30. Gates open at 5:30. They're going to do a little senior ceremony at 6:15. And we're going to be back at Grayson Stadium, historic Grayson Stadium, with the Savannah Bananas. And you got to love this guy. This guy has been all over the place, but he's been with the Bananas for 4 years. And he's joining us now on the Coach's Corner live internet stream. The man himself. I know him as Mark Ediss, but everybody calls him the Shark. The Shark. What's up, Shark?
Hey, guys. How you doing? First of all, it's Ediss. You've known me for like 5 years now. You got to get that right, man. But nobody calls me that anymore.
Whoa. The Shark. That's why I just say the Shark, man.
Everybody knows. My wife even calls me Shark, so it's okay. It's all good.
Let's get but you know what? I'm the only one that knows you by Mark. How do I say it again?
Ediss.
Ediss. Sorry. So I've been saying Ediss. Hey, yeah, that's the New Yorker in me. I don't want to hear you, Jersey boy.
Potato. I'm a Philly guy. Well, Jersey, but I represent Philly. I claim Philly.
But you lived in South Jersey, so you're not in Philadelphia. But I know you're a Philadelphia Phillies fan.
If he's a Philly guy, all right. So it's always the cheesesteak debate in Philadelphia, right?
All right. Pats and Geno's are the touristy traps. You got to go to Gitano's. You got to go to Jim's on South Street. Like those are the real spots. The Pats and Geno's, and you don't put Cheese Whiz on your cheesesteak. That's gross. Gross. Come on.
That's an Italian wedding. You get some Cheese Whiz on your Italian bread. But anyway,
I'm good.
But I'm going to tell you right now, you know where I'm going for my Philly cheesesteak?
Tell me where.
Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering.
Yeah,
unbelievable cheesesteak. Now I know you moved down to the Golden Islands. Aren't you missing Rocky's?
Yeah, but I meet up with Bill like on the weekend sometimes when I'm close, so he can give me some stuff. I can't get enough. Bill's one of the nicest dudes ever, but yeah, his food is fantastic. I do miss that a lot.
All right, so let's get a little history about the Shark. I mean, you've been all over the place, out of South Jersey. I think you've been in Minnesota. You've been in the Bayou country. Tell everybody how you wound up in this area.
Well, I got laid off in Milwaukee in 2014. In 2015, Savannah called, and here I was. Savannah was a place that, if given the chance, I wanted to come and live. I worked in Charleston. My second radio job was in Charleston, and I wanted to come back in the South. And very similar cities, but when Savannah opportunity happened in 2015, in September of 2015, it was a no-brainer. My wife and I came down here with our kids, and it's been a great experience. Unfortunately, the radio thing in Savannah kind of, as you well aware, it's just a cutthroat business, and layoff in 17 happened, and I ended up coming down here to Golden Isles. So I'm only 45, 50 minutes away from the ballpark. I'm still able to do that, and coming back for my 5th season with the Bananas, and I'm looking forward to it.
I was a little upset back there in August when they were honoring you, and they said you weren't coming back, and then a couple months later, hey, the Shark's coming back. I mean, I threw a party. I had a banana split. I was going crazy.
It was a tough situation because I was an hour away now from the ballpark, and as you know, I'm there super early before the game to prep and get ready for the night's stuff going on. But when I moved here and took the job, I'm programming 3 radio stations up here. It's a lot, it's a lot of work to do, and then plus the drive down. just thought it would be best to, call it a day and just be able to spend time with my family as well. That's another thing. I mean, these 2 months of Bananas takes a lot of my time away from my family. So I thought it'd be best. And then I can't get away from that place, man. I love it too much. And we were able to figure something out, and I'm coming back, and I'm looking forward to the All-Star game, man, because I've seen some of these kids play at Richmond Hill when I was doing their games. I know Coach Strickland really well. So yeah, I'm looking very forward to this game on the 22nd at Grayson.
Shark, when you talk about your sports background, this obviously is not your first foray into PA stuff. So walk us through, those moments or your past and how you got into really doing public address announcing in athletics.
Very first radio job was in Stockton, California. Let me back up. That's actually my third radio job. My first PA gig was in Stockton, California for the single A team of the Milwaukee Brewers, the Stockton Ports. I was doing an afternoon show where I was in Stockton. The team's longtime PA guy happened to work at my radio station. He was retiring. I auditioned for it. I was probably one of the only 3 people that auditioned, and I didn't let anybody else audition. Like I kind of like what happened here with Savannah. I didn't give anybody else a chance. But so I watched Ben Sheets play his first professional game, and Eric Burns, so much talent in the California League at that time. So I kind of consider myself very lucky to have seen a lot of really talented people come through the California League that have been longtime major league players. But did some Modesto A's games. They were the Oakland A's things. I did the Atlantic City Surf in Jersey for like a season, and then I ended up coming down here. And I'll tell you what, I'm a baseball purist, right? So the first time I interviewed for this, and they're like, you got to have something going every single time, music all the time, no dead spots. I was like, I'm not sure I should be playing like a walk-up song for the visiting team. And Jesse's like, listen, here's what's going to happen. You're going to play something. And I did it. I totally understood his vision. And it's turned into, I get to troll the visiting team with like Britney Spears songs and Miley Cyrus songs. And I really can have a lot of fun with it. And really the goal is to make sure everybody at the park, there's a circus going on. There happened to be a game in the background, but I like to make sure that everybody's getting a little chuckle about, everything that's happening. I want to make sure that they leave the park every day after the game saying, I can't believe I heard that. I saw that. They did that. Those are the kind of things we're looking for when we do that. And it's really cool to think about being part of this thing that's happening in Savannah with the Bananas. So.
And you're watching the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here in the Sound Garden on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We're talking to the Shark, Mark Ediss. Did I get it wrong again?
That was good. That was right. Congratulations.
Okay, good. And you know anything about the Shark at the Savannah Bananas baseball games? I mean, you bring the crowd. I know they do all their little stunts and all their little. Which I love. The roses and the baby, and holding up the baby. But you know what? I have to say this, and I'm not saying this because I know you well and I love what you do. But you got the electricity going in that place with the songs you choose, with the things you say. Hey, you're a big part of what's going on there. And I think if you weren't going to do this year, they'd have a tough time replacing you, buddy.
I appreciate the kind words. And so listen, music is my love. Music, I got into radio because I love music. I love entertaining. I love, making people smile. I'm not above, making fun of myself. I never take myself too seriously. I'm a fan of humor any way you can get it, right? But to me, I always think about, and Jesse and I had this conversation long before I got the job, like, if the game's going the wrong way, right? If the Bananas are down, 10-0 in the third inning, you can't have the crowd sitting on their hands. Easy to get just bored of a game that's going like that. Easy to get bored during a game that the Bananas are losing. But if I can play a sound clip and, fat guy in little coat, I'll just drop in the middle of nowhere and people are like, what was that? Songs, energy. It's all about energy. So I kind of put myself in the fan situation. If a certain thing's happening on the field and, you can enhance it with a song. I mean, that's my bread and butter. So I got a feel for what's happening in the game. I just love the whole thing I'm able to do. Now, you couldn't do that in normal baseball stadiums. They probably should, but you can't. But here, I can, if a batter strikes out for the other team, I can troll him and play "He Wasn't Ready," the Kevin Hart clip. There's so many things that I just love to do. And when the other teams are looking up in the press box saying, "What was that?" and they laugh, that's when I know they're buying into what we're doing. So yeah, I just put myself in the fan situation. What do they need to get hype and get entertained? And I just try to do the best I can.
Wow, you got a plethora of knowledge of what songs to play, and I love it.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you, man. Talk about the preparation that goes into us, because one, like you said, you got to have a feel for what's going on within the game. Hey, Bananas might be up, they might be down, they might be rallying. It could be bases loaded, 2 outs. And so what's cool about being there is you seem to have a great feel about the moment and what that is. But talk about the preparation, the amount of clips you have to have, the songs that you have to have ready. And I'm sure you probably have cues for everything, but just walk everybody through is like, hey, is it opponent specific? If we're playing the Macon Bacon, is that different than playing, the Florence Red Wolves or whatever, or the Blowfish? Or you have, hey, these opponents, I know I'm going to play these clips because it's just this. So do you have, how does that work?
Well, preparation-wise, I will say that I get the script for the next night's game probably 24 hours before, and sometimes we'll go up till about 8 hours before game time before it's finalized. We change things out. But yeah, so there's a good amount of work on my end where I'm putting different song clips in the computer and load them in, get them in the page that I need. And at some point, I'll have to show you my computer, the computer I'm on right now, but it's the computer I use with all my clips in it. I've got over like 10,000 clips. I've got over 3,000 songs. I have to reload them. I update them every week. But it is, and as far as per team, I've come to have good relationships with some of these other guys on the teams through the visiting teams. And like I said, when they acknowledge and laugh at some things I'll play, if they strike out or if I'm just kind of just having fun with them, they appreciate it. The Macon Bacon thing, when they came in the league and I was able to play the Sarah McLachlan really sad animal commercial, we're talking about don't kill the, yeah.
Right, yeah, we got you.
It's so much fun to make, some light of that. We had fun with the bacon. The Blowfish I played, I think the first season that we played them, I played all Hootie and the Blowfish songs for when they came to bat, because why not? There's different things that I try to think about, can this cross a line? Will people think it's funny, or will people think like, So I try to make sure that that's in my head all the time. I think about, is it worth playing a clip that might make a couple people laugh, but make more people uncomfortable? I never want to toe that line where I'm making people angry. So it's all about a fun, exciting experience. To answer your question earlier, guys, we had discussed originally before this COVID thing happened about me being down in the crowd. And then my wife had a whole bunch of health issues, and I don't know if you've seen about all that, but long story short, I was actually at the park yesterday for a few hours. I am going to remain down amongst the crowd, but wait until you see what they're building me.
Now, will we see it during the FCA game? Are you going to be down there?
I'll be down there. I don't think what they're building me will be finished yet, but I'm just saying it's going to be. I am honored. I am honored for what they're building me. It's going to be a cool thing for our fans to see. And listen, up in that press box, Carl, you've walked across that press box when you filled in for me. It's dicey at best. And when I first auditioned, I was like, I'm not sure I'm going to go across this to go audition. You guys can get somebody else. I walked across. It's fine. But there's nothing like, and I can hear the crowd and I can feel the energy to an extent. My windows are always open. I have to have it, even though it's hot as could be up there. I have to have the windows open so I can hear the energy. But there's going to be something a whole different, even at 50% capacity this season, about being down amongst everybody and feeling what's happening. There's nothing better, and I'll have the best view in the house. So,
all right, first of all, you had to walk the shark plank to get to the crow's nest.
Yes,
okay.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you right now, one to tell Chad, I've seen this man's computer. It's unbelievable what he has lined up, what he has set up. And I had to fill in for him one time, and there's no way you can fill in for the shark. And and he's like a coach. Like you and I,
without a doubt.
We have to have a game plan. This man has a game plan that it's unbelievable. Okay.
Listen, to that end, by the way, Tyler Gillum's now in town. I hung out with him last night for a little bit. He made a joke to me as soon as I walked in and saw him. We had some drinks and whatnot. We saw each other, and he's like, I don't have the lineup for you yet. I am on him like white on rice, getting a hold. I'm like, listen, man, I need the lineup. I got some prep to do. I got to get, yada, yada, yada. And he kind of, like you said, it's a big process. Like I've got a lot going on pregame with scripts and stuff that's going on. So to get the team's lineups is a big to do. So, but Tyler understands that I need it as soon as he can get it to me. And he's been such an asset to our brand too, and to our team. He is a super good human, but a great baseball guy too.
Okay. Off the record here.
Uh-oh.
Now batting for the Sharks, number 00, Mark Ediss. What's your walk-up song? Is it Baby Shark? Is it the Jaws theme? What's your walk-up song there, buddy?
I'm going to admit this to you right on the internet, and it's going to be forever, and I'm okay with that. I'm a huge Justin Timberlake guy. That's my man crush. So it's going to be JT, probably Sexy Back, because this is sexy right here.
Nice, man. Nice. Hey, so walk me through. I mean, you have all this experience, all these moments. What is like? Can you point to one thing's like, man, I will never forget this night at this game at this time. You know that you got the. That's a great thing about the PA part is you're entrenched in it, and you get to call the game. You know, one of those Harry Carey type moments to where like, Cubs win, Bananas win. Like, what's that moment for you? What do you remember?
There's been a bunch, man. It's been great.
You get a bunch of bananas, a bunch of we got you.
One thing I will say is I've had a couple of the road radio guys kind of look at me sideways when I'm very vocal up in that booth. So if something good's happening before I crack the mic, I'm screaming my head off like, I'm invested totally in this team. I get to know the guys real well. I get to know the coaches, and so when they're doing well and when they're making good things happen, I'm just as much a part of that as they are to an extent. And so I'm yelling, and I'm not supposed to be. I should probably be pretty neutral as the PA guy, but not here. I can't be.
You're not the PA guy. You're the PA DJ, so you can do anything you want to do.
Yeah. Well, thanks. I appreciate that. I'll make sure Jesse knows that you said it was all right. The kilt games, when we had the first time we did the kilt games, it got rained out. We had to come back and do it. And the way we walked off, there's been a lot of crazy games. The first year when we won the championship and won the playoff games at home, when Jamison Hanna hit a home run to tie it, and then we ended up winning it in the extra innings, or at bottom of the ninth, rather. There's been so many great things. I can't point to one, unfortunately. I hate to tell you that, but there's been plenty where I've walked out of there with no voice, and I'm like, how am I going to do the next game? Because I was just going crazy. That place, the fans are second to none. I can't tell you that enough, and I'm sure you know that. You've seen that. The fans that come to our ballpark every night, they always get a show, but they are as big a part of why we are successful as anything. They come every night, bring the noise. And I told Karl the very first inning after the first pitch when I say Savannah, you say Bananas, and I hear how loud they are, I can tell whether it's going to be a good night or a bad night and how they're going to be pumped up, and it's always never a bad night. It's always incredible. So fans of Savannah Bananas are awesome. So we love it.
I'm telling you right now, you're going to be in the crowd. It's even going to be more thrilling for you. There's nothing like being in the crowd. I know you're up there, but when I'm in that crowd and you're doing your thing, buddy, it's unbelievable. So
I can't wait to hear it.
We got our next guest waiting. He's got to go to a football workout. But, hey, Mark, anytime you want to come on The Shark, okay, and you want to play that Justin Timberlake song, let us know. We'd love having you on. And believe me, you are the voice of historic Grayson Stadium.
Hey, thank you very much. The Shark Tank. That's all I'm saying.
Well, yeah, that's what we're saying. I bet you it's a Shark Tank. I wanted to say the boy in the bubble, but I don't think the bubble will be big enough room for you.
No bubbles for me, my friend. Dad and Karl, thank you for having me. I appreciate you guys. Keep doing what you're doing.
Hey, we'll see you next Monday, brother.
Yes, sir. Wife is recovering nicely. Thank God. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, my brother went through COVID-19. He lives in Louisiana, so I didn't have to be close to him, but you had a much scarier event. My older brother had that too. So once again, tell her we said get better. And once again,
thank you.
We know you'll keep it going, Shark.
Fins up, babe.
Fins up.
Appreciate you guys. Take care.
Hey, thanks, Mark. All right, well, we got our next guest waiting, and I know he's got to get in the car, and he's got to go down to Jacksonville. But anyway, there's nothing more fun than talking to Mark Ediss, okay? Or as everybody knows him as the Shark. And, I said when I first met him, and I said, I got to know this guy's name. I got to get his name. And I call it Mark now. I mean, he's a Rockies guy and Jersey boy, even though he claims Philadelphia. But you want to be excited about being in a crowd? Just listen to what this man does. There's nobody better.
That's right. Next Monday, you'll get a little taste of what the summer's going to be like. Bananas, FCA, All-Star Game, gates open at 5:30. The Shark will be full in effect, and we'll get to see where the Shark is going to be.
All right. Nothing better than the Shark, but one of my favorite parts of the show, the Weatherton Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. He's only a junior. He's got 12 top 5 offers, and he's got an arm that is unbelievable. He's got 2 years left at Benedictine, so we're going to see where he goes from there. But, of course, our Weatherton Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week from Benedictine, junior quarterback, Holden Geriner. We had his brother on a couple of years ago. Well, you weren't there. I had his brother on. So Carter. So it's in the family. You're listening to the Coach and AD right here on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report in the Sound Garden. Okay, and it's all on the Coaches Sports Network. We'll be right back after this once I get it going.
It's all sports, all the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running. And it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and abundant pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong during the COVID-19 pandemic. They're now open for dine-in, lunch, and dinner. But remember, Coach's Corner still has curbside and takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has still been smoking delicious meats like Boston butts, ribs, and chickens on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. And don't forget, Saturday night in the Sound Garden, it's Matchbox 20 2.0. Tickets are priced between $20 and $45. Seeing is still at the first 100. You can go to eventbrite.com to get your tickets. Make it a night to remember at Coach.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
Over a half century when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, and trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Ediss, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. So come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop. They are now located at 42 West Montgomery Crossroads, Suite C in Savannah, are open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. each day. So come visit locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, where everyone is a winner.
Yo, you still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com. savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New York.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time, it makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy, you just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And it's the Coach and AD right here from the Sound Garden on the premise or on the campus of, this is a campus, of Coach's Corner right on Victory Drive in Thunderbolt, and it's all part of the Coach's Sport Network. And this is the favorite part of my show.
Yep.
Even though Shark was good.
Shark was
great,
and of
course,
man.
We went longer than we should have.
As always.
But it's okay. But this is the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. Dr. Bart Wetherington has been sponsoring this since day one, and I started on the radio in 2010. Got to thank the man. But this kid is only a junior. He's getting major looks, okay? Let me get the schools here. Arkansas, Florida Atlantic, LSU. We want that boy all, All right, Auburn, Florida State, Michigan, Cincinnati, Georgia, Tennessee, East Carolina, Kentucky. It seems like where all the 912 kids are going is West Virginia. I mean, last year he threw for over 1,400 yards. I mean, he's going to come into his own. He works hard, and as Coach Danny Britt said, he hasn't met a harder working kid, and he's got a gun for an arm. So joining us now on the Coach's Corners internet stream, the cadet, the quarterback, the signal quarter for the BC Cadets, Holden Geriner. Holden, thanks for coming on.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Hey, it's a pleasure, buddy. And I'm so impressed with what you're doing. I mean, you had to sit behind your brother, how was that like, sitting behind your brother when he was a senior and you were the freshman and he was the quarterback?
It was good. Definitely good to learn from him. I'd rather learn from him than anybody else, honestly. Just, No, he's my brother. So, I mean, it was a good experience.
So, and I mean, you've been unbelievable over there, and I know football. I've heard you since you were 7th grade. So, tell us, when did you pick up the pigskin? When did you start playing football?
I mean, I've been playing all kind of sports since I was born. Really, since I'm the youngest of 3 boys, I've just grown up playing every sport you can imagine. Really.
And what do you like so much about football that makes you gravitate to it, makes you want to do your workouts? What's so great about football?
Just I enjoy the pressure of it. Just all the fans. I mean, I really can't imagine my life without it. It's a great experience.
Well, Holden, talk about the pressure of it, and obviously being a quarterback, you're the guy, you're the leader on the team, you're the general in charge, and so and Coach Britt talked about your work ethic. I got to talk to him this week as well, and one, it's so impressive. Yes, you got the physical tools, and a lot of people have the physical tools. We talk about this every week with student athletes that come on, but how they use those tools and the drive that gets from that point. So walk us through the quarterback phase of Holden Geriner right now. You're talking us through like your workouts over COVID, and I know you're you working with Dean Thompson down in Jacksonville at right? Is that the guy?
Yes, sir, that's right.
So just walk us through your workouts and then your time with, because you got 2 great quarterback guys. You got Denny down there in Jacksonville, and you got a great QB coach at BC as well.
Yes, sir. So I've been just working out every day. During COVID, I was actually going to the Y just because, I mean, that was the gym that was open, so I've been going there. And now we got workouts Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so I'm doing that, and then working out Tuesday, Thursday, and I'm going out to Jacksonville at least once a week to work out with Denny. So just working every day pretty much.
All right, I'm going to get a little off the pigskin here, the football questions, okay? You said you played a lot of sports. So if you had any other sport that you could play besides football, what would it be and why?
I mean, I grew up playing baseball and basketball, so I love the energy that's in basketball, but obviously as a quarterback, I like pitching also. So I would either pick baseball or basketball.
Well, talking about that, the quarterback aspect of it, I'm going to go back to that and your work with Coach Thompson, your work with BC. Talk about advice for young quarterbacks as they're trying to develop. And I want you to talk about the process of what that's looked like. We'll get into recruiting in a moment, but just your development as a quarterback. Hey, when did you start playing quarterback? Was that in middle school? And just talk about what the process is like to go and be a great quarterback. We know you got to have physical tools as well, but there's a mental side of the game that's just as important as the physical side.
Yeah, definitely. So basically I started playing quarterback. I was in middle school, and I mean, you just got to trust yourself and just trust the process for sure. You just got to just work hard and just do everything you can, just be the best you can. So my advice to them is just believe in yourself. I mean, it's gonna take a long time. It's a lot of hard work and dedication, but if you want to play at the next level and take it as far as you can, you got to work really hard. So.
All right, and we're talking about quarterbacks. You're talking to these younger kids. AJ DePhillips is your quarterback coach, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, here's my question. And I know I didn't put it on the list I sent you, and I said we might get to all these questions, but AJ DePhillips, former Benedictine cadet, former Savannah State Tiger quarterback. Tell us about how AJ DePhillips is over there at Benedictine. What has he taught you?
Yes, sir. He's a great guy. I mean, especially because we're kind of in the same shoes. I mean, he played at BC and then went and played at college, so he's a great mentor. He just teaches me all kind of things, along the road. So he's a great guy. I really like to have him.
So hold on, I'm going to go back to the recruiting aspect as well. And we talked about the process. You started to play quarterback in middle school and through. There's also a big recruiting process to this. Let people know. I mean, you've been to Next Gen, you've been to some other things, but talk about the recruiting process and like where you've been, the camps you've been to, what's that look like, and how did at what point did your recruiting process take? I've heard stories about the Florida State camp, and so I really want to get the truth today from you about, hey, did you really hit the crossbar 3 or 4 times? Is that how it came about? So, but walk us through the recruiting process as a quarterback and the camps and things you've been through, and how that's helped you propel your career right now.
Yes, sir. So I started out, going to just like the Next Gen and just some of the just base camps, and then worked my way up to going to just as many college camps as I could. And then last summer I went to the Florida State camp, like you said, and I had a great camp up down there. So, and then after the camp, I was actually throwing with my buddies, and I was just throwing from like the 20-yard line and threw it and hit the crossbar. And Coach Taggart walked up and was like, "Hey, hit that again." So I was like, "All right." And I threw it and hit it again. He was like, "Congratulations, you earned a scholarship." So it was awesome.
I'd heard the story, but I said, one day we're going to have this kid on, and I'm going to ask him if that's so. Hey, man, that's awesome. But talk about the recruiting process through COVID. A lot of schools, you've seen schools really take off in the recruit process of COVID. But talk about, your recruiting process through COVID. What's that been like for coaches? Because your offers have poured in during this time. You can't be on campus. They can't come see you. So what's that been like?
Yes, sir. I mean, I was planning on going, being out of town more than I'm home, just visiting as many colleges as I possibly can. So it's definitely been different, but just working hard, it's actually allowed me to put on a lot of muscle and then go down to Jacksonville a bunch, and just from a physical standpoint, I've grown a lot, so that's helped me. But the downfall is I haven't been able to go and visit a bunch of colleges and see all the campuses and everything, go to a bunch of camps. So
did they send you any virtual recordings, what the campus looks like? Do they have players talking to you through Zoom or anything like that? Is that part of the process too?
I've done a few Zoom calls with a few coaches, and then obviously some FaceTimes. So yes, sir.
All right, let's go. Another question. If tell us something that most people don't know about Holden Geriner.
Something most people don't know about me. I'm the youngest of 3 boys. I actually love to hunt and fish. I love to be outdoors. Most people know that, but I actually really love being in the woods and being out in deep sea fishing. So that's something a lot of people don't know about me. And another thing is I'm very religious and very close to God. So
you're a Southern boy. That's it. God, fishing, family, and then football.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Hey, Holden, just real quick, we're talking about the recruiting process in the schools, and I'm not going to put you on the spot and ask about, where that is, because that'll all get there. But you've kind of talked about, young quarterbacks and what they've gone through and, your development on that. But you also brought up, baseball. So I know you can throw a football really hard. Have you been clocked at what you throw a baseball at?
I have not. I was actually told in middle school that I could probably pursue baseball also, but football was just in my blood, so I had to stay with football. But I have not been clocked with baseball. I'd like to try it though.
So, hey, you're listening to the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here from the Sound Garden on the campus of Coach's Corner. This is presented on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Okay, so behind every great athlete, great student athlete is his family, his parents. Tell us how much your parents or your family has meant to your success so far. You still got another 2 years to go. I can't wait to see what happens, but tell us about your family.
Yes, sir. I definitely could not do any of this without them. Just the support that they've given me and the ability, they're so unselfish, just taking me down to Jacksonville and, taking me out of the camps and everything. So they're just always pushing me to be the best that I can be and the best player and person that I can be. So I definitely cannot do this without them, and I'm just very, very thankful for them.
What's it like having, 2 older brothers as well? I'm sure that's had a big part of your development. One, the younger kid is trying to make up, trying to hang out with older brothers, trying to push there. What's it been like for those 2 older brothers to help you in your development, not only as a student athlete, but as a person? Because you got to watch them, good or bad, you say, hey, these are the things I know I can do, and these are things I can't. So how's that been with having 2 older brothers, that you can look up to and have as mentors?
Yes, sir. It's definitely great having both of them, especially Carter playing quarterback. So been able to learn from him and throw with him a bunch and everything. And then it's helped me develop as a man, and also physically getting more tough and everything. So I like having two brothers for sure.
All right. The 3 of you get together. Okay. And you play in a game. Who usually wins?
Usually the older brothers, they used to team up on me, but now I've gotten a little bigger, so I don't know now.
All right, Benedictine cadet, you've been there 2 years. What's it like being a cadet, and what experiences outside of athletics have you enjoyed over there at Benedictine?
Oh, yes, sir. It's great. Just the tradition and the fans and the alumni, everything is great about it. Great academics, obviously great athletics. Just the brotherhood there, it's unmatched. So it's awesome just being there, walking through the halls. It's awesome.
Well, that's the thing, man. Hey, we appreciate you. We know you got to get down in Jacksonville. Be careful driving down there. Have a great session today. And I always I love your social media. You do a great job on that. I love Denny's social media as well. Where he does one of those takes with you as well, where the 60-second takes. And
yes, sir.
Great job. Hey, we're so proud of you. We know you got great things going on, and just keep up the hard work, man.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Is it cadets or cadets?
It's cadets. But
There you
you
go.
can say.
All right, Holden, be safe down there, going down to Jacksonville. And once again, we're going to follow you closely. I mean, how's the driving going? I was his driving instructor.
It's great. I mean, I love driving.
I think I might have taught you something, but I'll take a little credit for that. But anyway, hey, be safe. Go get him, and wherever you choose, make sure it fits Holden, okay? Not
Yes,
what
sir.
other people want you to do. Make sure it fits you, buddy.
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll talk to you. Be safe.
All right. Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Man.
Thanks for doing
Thank
it.
you. All right. Bye.
I mean, he's going to be a special kid. I mean, you got the other Carter over there with the baseball. You got Holden with football. I mean, it's just watching these kids grow. I mean, even Trent Broadneck's watching these kids grow and going to Duke. I mean, I'd like to see where Carter's going, but this kid's going to go big time. Hey, when you get a Sports Illustrated story and you're not even a junior, you're a rising junior. Kid's got to be pretty special.
Well, I think what I love so much about Holden and things I've been told, and even talking to him today, is it's just how humble he is.
Oh, yeah.
You talk about the process. I was trying to get him to expand on the process. Like, listen, Next Gen is one. If people that don't know, all right, so Next Gen is one of the top quarterback camps in the country. All right, and he's done that. All the invites there, and so that's what I was trying to get him to do. But he's so humble about it. Like, hey, tell us about these camps and this camp and there, and he's just. I just work hard, and really that's what it's about. But he's a very humble kid, and will do great things. But there's a process to this, guys. You go to these camps, there's 200, 300 quarterbacks there from all across the country, and so you really got to show out to be on the level he's at. And he's obviously worked hard and done that. And I know working with Dean Thompson down in Jacksonville, great quarterback guy as well, than having AJ DePhillips over there at BC. So he's getting a lot of great tutoring.
I mean, the quarterback position in Savannah is pretty impressive lately, and he's one of the top quarterbacks in the area. And I got to wish him the best of luck. But it's exciting following these kids do this, and kids going to West Virginia, kids going to Georgia. I mean, Austin Blasky out of South Effingham going up there. I mean, it's just a lot of fun doing this. And I don't care what school you go to. You're from the Savannah area. You got to love it.
Well, we're going to talk to the next guy as well. And we're going to talk about his quarterback, his rising junior quarterback as well, who's making a name for himself last year. And so, Coach Collis, man, we get to you here in a minute. All
right. Got to thank Holden. Safe trip down to Jacksonville to do a little bit of quarterback training. And up next, he just said it. He's the head football coach, 1 year under his belt over at Savannah Country Day, but he's had a lot of years under his belt with being a head football coach. He's got thrown into the ring. He's wearing the same hat as this guy. He's the new athletic director, and that's, of course, from Savannah Country Day, the head football coach, athletic director, Jim Collis. You're listening to the Coach AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, heard every Saturday morning on the internet now from the Soundgarden on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We'll be right back after this.
It's all sports, all the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running. And it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and abundant pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong during the COVID-19 pandemic. They're now open for dine-in, lunch, and dinner. But remember, Coach's Corner still has curbside and takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has still been smoking delicious meats like Boston Butts, ribs, and chickens on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. And don't forget, Saturday night in the Soundgarden, it's Matchbox 20 2.0. Tickets are priced between $20 and $45. Seeing is still at the first 100. You can go to eventbrite.com to get your tickets. Make it a night to remember at Coach.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
Over a half century when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, and trophies, Thompson's has got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Ediss, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. So come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop. They are now located at 42 West Montgomery Crossroads, Suite C in Savannah, are open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. each day. So come visit locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, where everyone is a...
Yo, you still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time, it makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy, you just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
Well, I'm not the big guy, but it's good evening, sports fans. And once again, Savannah, Low Country, it's the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here in the Sound Garden on the campus of Coach's Corner. And it's all a part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. It's the Coach and AD. And, this is where we bring on a special guest, somebody that really is doing great here in Savannah or just involved with our kids. Yep. This guy came down from the ATL, took over the Savannah Country Day football program, first time in almost a decade. They got a new coach. They went on a great run. They got to the playoffs, and they won the region. I think it was the first time since, 1980? Mm-hmm. So he has a special group of kids over there, and he's doing a great job. But now he gets to wear a new hat. You guys are crazy. I'm glad I don't have that anymore. He's the athletic director. Joining us now on the Coach's Corner internet stream, not the hot seat, on the internet stream, is the head football coach over at Savannah Country Day, Jim Collis. Jim, always a pleasure. And, hey, you enjoying the show? You've been in that room for about an hour.
Morning, guys. Yeah, it's enjoyable. It's great listening to Holden talk, and I feel like I finally arrived now that I'm on your show, Carl.
Well, I appreciate that. That is an honor, or someone say that. I just love doing this. I've been doing it for 10 years now, whether it's on the radio or on the internet, and it's about the local guys. It's about the local kids, the local coaches. And you coming in here last year, did you expect to blow it up that much?
I honestly, I didn't know what to expect. We started the season when I first got here, we had 31 kids in the program. So I wasn't sure exactly what the lay of the land was going to be. And we got on a roll early and won some close games and got lucky in some of those games. And then the rest followed, and the kids started believing in what we were doing. And next thing you know, we were 10-0 in a region championship. So it was a great year for all involved. It was a community effort. We had things work out our way, and it's funny, I've been doing this, I think this was my 38th year. And when seasons begin to go that way, they fall the right way. And when you lose those close games, you end up losing a lot of those close games as well. So there's a lot of luck to be involved as well, but a lot of credit goes to our players, man. They found a way to win every week. So credit to them.
Me and him got something in common. 38 years here, buddy. 38 years coaching. It's and you know what? It doesn't feel like 38, Jim. Does it feel like 38 for you?
No, it doesn't. It's amazing when you wake up one day and you realize how old you're getting, and then you talk and you work with some younger people that you have on staff. You really realize how old you're getting. So it's always interesting for sure.
Well, Jim, I'm looking at your collegiate background as well, and how that played into your development as a coach. But walk people through the journey from Atlanta down to Savannah. I'm sure, with you and your background, your stature, I mean, jobs are very prevalent probably in your world. What made it special about coming down to Savannah, then end up at Savannah Country Day?
Well, interestingly enough, I was at Westminster for 4 years as the offensive coordinator, and I had a dream and woke up from that dream and said, if I'm going to be a head coach again, I better get to it pretty soon because I'm running out of time, And interestingly enough, that day, the job posted on a website at Country Day, so I had applied, and then the rest is kind of history. But it was interesting to find walking in here and then remembering when I first got here the first day, and I said to myself, "What am I doing again? Why did I get myself back into all this?" But it's been great. We have a great community, great kids to work with, so it's been a pleasure getting back in the saddle again.
All right. Well, I'm good. Before we get into the football team and what's going on with conditioning, athletic director. I mean, you're coming in at a time when everything is totally different. It's not normal.
Yeah. What a time to be coming in as an athletic director. Our worlds have changed, and Chad and I were talking a little bit prior to this about that, but things have changed so much, and we're uncharted territory. Everything that we're doing, it has not been done before. So it's always interesting. I'm on a ton of Zoom calls with ADs around the country trying to pick their minds on best practices and figuring out what to do next. And I think we're going to get through it. We were talking a little bit just about transportation. For an example, 77 seat bus, only 15 kids can be on that bus. So now you're talking about, from a financial standpoint, your world's going to change as well. So there's so many variables that are involved with this that for the first time are beginning to be discussed and trying to figure out plans to institute them.
Jim, I know. I mean, you've talked, in our region, especially about things going on and different mechanisms and stuff. But at Country Day, the one thing that I think you guys have done a tremendous job is, since you come in, is your coaching staff. Talk a little about your, the changeover in basketball. Your head basketball coach from Pace. That's a big change for you guys, and that's been a huge impact on that. And also your football staff. So I know you give a lot of credit to your kids, but you got to have the right people pouring into your kids and into those guys. So talk about your coaching staff a little bit.
Yeah, sometimes it's a crapshoot when you hire people. You don't know exactly what you're going to get. But, Demetrius Smith's our new basketball coach, and I watched the practice last summer, I remember, for 15 minutes. And I was like, man, this guy's the real deal. You can tell within 15 minutes that he was a heck of a coach, and he's a heck of a motivator, and works on relationships with the kids. And then we also hired a couple of young guys in the college world. One was Ty Ward was at Lehigh, and another, Nick King, was at Yale, quality control guys, and wanted an opportunity to be coordinators and hired them as our coordinators, and they've done a phenomenal job implementing our scheme on both sides of the ball, and also developing relationships with our kids. For an example, we had, like I mentioned, we had 31 kids when we started the season last year. We're going to be in excess of 50 coming out this fall. So it's about developing relationships with kids and getting your community excited about what you're doing, and those guys have done a phenomenal job of laying that groundwork for me.
And you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Board. It's the Coach and AD right here from the Sound Garden on the campus of Coach's Corner on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. And all right, Coach, we just talked to Holden Geriner, one of the top quarterbacks in this area. We got like 3 or 4 this year. You got Robichaud at Savannah Christian. You got Blake at Jenkins, and you got Kleinpeter at Country Day. Tell us about your team, and tell us about that special young man in Barry Kleinpeter, because he is a dual threat.
He is, and I think what makes Barry special, and to me, when it comes into the world of athletics, it's about competitors, and Barry competes at everything that he does, and that's the interesting thing when you talk about what separates people from another. I think it's the competitiveness and his willingness. He works extremely hard at everything he does, not just in the weight room and the conditioning part of football, but he's just a guy that's committed to doing things the right way. He studies film on his own. He participates in everything that you could possibly imagine. He's a special guy. He passed for over 2,000 yards last year, rushed for over 500. So he is multifaceted. He's got a strong arm. He's got great legs, great speed, quickness as well. And the thing that impressed me with Barry was his competitive nature, especially when it came to controlling the football team and running the football team. Very calm, very mature for his age, being a sophomore last year. Learned the system. We had some tweaks going during the season and won some games that were close, but his progression from day one to the end of the season was just incredible with the amount of gains that he made. We're excited about where we're going football wise. You know, we did graduate some really good kids up front on both sides of the line. That's going to be an adjustment for us. We're going to have to replace those guys, and we've got guys that are working hard as we can. To this point, as hard as we know anyway. Last week was the first day that we came back. Monday was the first day that we came back and got everybody back on campus. We had 119 athletes. I know you had mentioned it before, and hour increments, and then 15 minutes to clean the weight room in between all those. So it's a long day for our strength coaches. We have 2 strength coaches that are doing a phenomenal job for us. They're starting at 6 o'clock in the morning, and they're not done until 6 o'clock at night. So it's a strain on them, and I'm sure that we've been going Monday through Thursday. I'm sure that they deserved Friday and the weekend to recover, because it doesn't look like it's going to change anytime soon.
Yeah, hey, Jim, you know, we talked about, I tell you, you know, most of the thing I've been impressed with Barry last year, especially in our game with you guys. You know, he had a tremendous offensive game, but he's a heck of defensive player as well. He made some huge plays on defense last year. You know, I know against us. I'm sure he did all over the field for you guys. But there's some other guys up there, some other younger guys, wide receivers and DBs. Talk about those for a little bit.
Yeah, we've got a really good nucleus of skill kids coming back. We've got Eric Brown as a receiver, defensive back. We got Kenny Odom, receiver and a defensive back. We got Davion Smith, who was our running back. He did a great job as a sophomore. There's a number of kids from a skill standpoint that we feel really good about. We got to find that mix and be able to work guys in up front to make sure that we're doing the right things. But it's nice to have skill guys with speed and that are athletic, that we can get the ball to in space and not have to overcoach them, let them do their thing. But we're excited about the skill guys that we have in our program. We're you know, you look at the competition that we play against, and I think we're as good skill wise as any team on our schedule.
All right, you've been down here in Savannah. I know you're getting used to the humidity coming from the ATL. Tell us what you've enjoyed about being in Savannah for the last year.
Well, interestingly enough, you know, when I accepted the job, I wanted to get to the coast for years, and it just didn't work. It wasn't in the cards. It didn't work out, and 38 years later, it worked out that I got to the coast. So now I'm coming down here. I'm living the boat life and love Savannah. As you guys know, Atlanta is crazy from a traffic standpoint. So I remember coming to work one day and making a phone call to a friend of mine and saying, "Hey, man, there's no cars in front of me. There's no cars in back. None on my left, none on my right. I feel great about Savannah." But it's a great small, and I'm learning how small the community here is in Savannah and how rumors travel so quickly here. But it's a great community and just love it here.
It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, Coach, you know, talk about, you've also, you know, made some changes in coaching over there. You got a new volleyball coach, new girls basketball coach. Let everybody know about your new hires.
Yeah, we hired a new volleyball coach, Bridget Slack from Houston, Texas. She actually coached at West Point at one point and was in the professional ranks in Europe and played there for a few years. So she's actually arriving here on Monday. It was her first day. We're excited to have her. She's going to bring a great enthusiasm and excitement to our volleyball program. And then we hired Amy Brooks, who for our new girls basketball coach. And Amy was at a school in Baltimore for 15 years, I believe, and has a really varied experience with creating some girls over in different parts of the country and traveling and doing some different things with basketball. So we're excited to have her. She's also going to be an assistant athletic director along with Demetria Smith. So yeah, we're kind of putting the pieces to the puzzle together, but I think we've got a great team. We're working on some things to make sure that, you know, we have everything covered. And one of the issues that comes up, and you know this, Chad, as well as I do, but it's hard to find coaches. And one of the plugs that I'm going to have here is anybody that's interested in coaching. We need a number of different sports from the middle school to the high school level. If you're interested, please reach out to me and love to talk to you.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you hanging out and watching the entire broadcast. And like I said, anytime you got something special, let me know, let Chad know. And we want to talk to the kids. We want to talk to the coaches. Let's get them on here.
Well, appreciate all you guys, what you guys are doing for the kids in the community. It's a great place. It's a great show, and I'm going to tune in more often. So thanks for having me. I really appreciate it, fellas.
Hey,
Thanks. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to ask one. Tell us about your you've been on the water a little bit. Tell me about your favorite place you've been on the water before we let you go.
Well, Carl, I've been in lakes. I haven't been in oceans before. So I'm kind of figuring out the sandbar thing and when to go out and when not to go out. So I haven't done too much. And with this COVID-19 thing going on, it takes up a lot of your time. So I'm hoping that I can get more time on the water. And when restaurants do open like they're supposed to now, I'm hoping to pull up in a boat and have a dinner and spend a lot more time on the water.
Well, we can help guide you through there. You can go. We'll get you out. Hope go down to the wild, and if you get crazy, I'll go with you over to Defusky. I'll take you over to Defusky, and we'll go over there as well.
Look forward to that, Chad. That'd be a great time.
Awesome, Jim.
Don't ask this guy because I have nowhere. When you get me on the water, I don't know where I am. So when I have to go around the state, sometimes I don't know where I am. But Jim, congratulations being a new athletic director, and once again, look for big things from that Hornet little. I always used to say this, Savannah Country Day. I always called the little engine that could, because nobody expects you guys to do what you do over there. But it's a great job. So keep it up, and I'll talk to you later.
Carl, Chad, thanks so much for having me. Have a great day.
Thanks,
too.
Jim. Appreciate you, man.
Hey, go get some water.
All right.
I mean, he's hung in there the whole show, and I thank him for doing that. And that's what it's all about. He's just like us. He loves the area. He loves the kids. He's only been down here for now a year and a half, and he's going to be another guy that's going to do right by our kids and get the news out there about our kids.
Yeah, without a doubt. And what he's done, the coaching staff changes they've made over there. I know coaching staff changes are hard, but he's got a great young core nucleus of coaches. And for any athletic department to be successful is, one, you got to have everybody run the same way. Mm-hmm. All right, and everybody's got to be involved. And it sounds like that from the guys that he's brought in. And they're multifaceted. They're not just football guys. Hey, they're cross. They might be doing strength stuff. They might be helping with other sports. And that's how you make a successful athletic department is you get everybody to buy in and say, hey, we're all going to have the same vision, all going to have the same thing, and we're all going the same way.
And the kids over Country Day are always competitive, always competitive. Yeah. You know that because you've seen it
without a doubt, man. And it's turned around, and without a doubt. And they got some talented student athletes for sure. Well,
Jim, thanks for coming on. We're going to go to our last segment. First, we got to thank our sponsors, but it'll be 3 out the door. Today, Coach gets the questions from the AD, so we'll find out. Last week, I asked him what his favorite French fries are, so we'll see what he has up his sleeve for me. Once again, you're watching the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. From the Soundgarden on the campus of Coach's Corner right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We'll be right back after this to end the show.
It's all sports all the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running. And it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and abundant pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong during the COVID-19 pandemic. They're now open for dine-in, lunch, and dinner. But remember, Coach's Corner still has curbside and takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has still been smoking delicious meats like Boston Butts, ribs, and chickens on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. And don't forget, Saturday night in the Soundgarden, it's Matchbox 20 2.0. Tickets are priced between $20 and $45. Seeing is still at the first 100. You can go to eventbrite.com to get your tickets. Make it a night to remember at Coach.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
Over a half century when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, and trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Ediss, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. So come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop. They are now located at West Montgomery Crossroads, Suite C in Savannah are open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. each day. So come visit locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, where everyone is a winner.
Yo, you still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish? If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New York.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Coach and AD right here on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. And remember, every Saturday morning, it's live from the Sound Garden on the Coach's Corner campus. I'm telling you, this is a campus. We got restaurant, we got a big outdoor eating area, we got the cooker over there, we got the stage over here. You name it, it's pretty big, and it's all on the Coaches Sports Network. And once again, don't forget, every Wednesday night, before we come back on with our Wednesday night live update, we have the other Coaches Corner show, Rubbin' and Grubbin'. Hey, I love race car driving, and I'm telling you, Dan Foles and Brandon Baines, you want to meet two guys that know what they're talking about? Well, you know, I know Brandon does. Dan Foles goes along, you know, he just tells you he's the sidekick, but it's a great show. Facebook Live, YouTube Live, right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. And then don't forget, we follow them at 7 o'clock. We'll bring you the Karl DeMasi Coach and AD Wednesday Update Live. And then don't forget, I also do the Prep Sports Report. You got someone special, a kid special, a former player, youth player. Let me know. PrepSportsReport.com. Check it out. It's all about the kids. And once again, I want to write stories about the kids. I want to talk about the good kids. I want to talk about the coaches. So make sure you let me know. It's that time. 3 out the door, and we're on time today.
Man, we could have talked to all of them for forever. Especially Shark and Coach Collis. Was so grateful for his time today. I know the week he's had because I know the week I've had, and but also he's the head football coach. So the good thing is he's put a staff around him, which is important. Same thing for me. I'm very grateful to have a great staff and coach staff around us. It's made this week easier from a transition standpoint. But I know he's happy to see the weekend.
Hey, but you know, don't forget it. Don't tell it. You know, there's a bunch of camps going over Calvary. You had to go set up
we have
head flag football coach for the girls. Starts this year. The Georgia High School State Association. He's the head football coach, and they got a flag football camp going on today.
Yeah, so we got a little junior Cavs camp going on starting this morning. We have a series of camps all through CERN, but junior Cavs, we had 30 little ones out this morning playing flag football. So it's exciting to see them out there. They were just happy to be out there like the rest of us. They were just happy to be out there and have them out. So that was good. All right, it's almost summertime. It is summertime in Savannah. Summertime in Savannah starts like in May. Right. All right, so but this is summer treats. All right, so this is my
here we go. My 3 out the door.
Your
my
3 out
day
is treats.
Okay.
Right? So ice cream, milkshake. One, are you an ice cream guy, milkshake guy? And whichever one you pick, what's the flavor? What's your go-to?
You know, when it comes to food, you're asking the wrong person because I'll eat everything and anything.
I know, but there's like when you go to the store and you're picking out your flavor, what's your? I mean, everybody's got. Are you a chocolate chip guy? Are you a chocolate chip?
If I have to go, I have to go with ice cream shake, it's always been my favorite. Strawberry shake. It's always been my favorite with the whipped cream and cherry on top. I got to go strawberry shake. Now, if you go on malt shakes, vanilla or chocolate, I don't care. As long as it's got the malt in it, I love both of them. But if I had to go, my favorite, I have to go strawberry.
All right. Is there a place we got to talk to the Shark about where to get a real cheesesteak? And he said, don't go to those tourist places. Is there a place that you remember growing up or even now here in Savannah that if I'm going to go get a shake, this is where I'm going?
I don't know if they're in business anymore. It's a Boston company, and it was called Friendly's Ice Cream Parlor.
There's Friendly's.
They're still Friendly's?
There's one in Daytona, Ormond Beach, where I used to live.
Well, I guess I got to take a road trip to Daytona because Strawberry Fribble, which is a strawberry shake, it was gigantic, and it was my favorite. And, it just so happened that my mother worked there and my brother worked there. And
nice.
it would have to be a Friendly's ice cream parlor strawberry shake. And I also love the clam platter, the clam strip platter. That was one of my favorites, too, at Friendly's.
Nice.
But I'll go with the strawberry shake from and they don't call it a shake. They call it a fribble.
Fribble. All right, I got to look that up. All right, outside the Polies. Go-to dessert.
Strawberry shortcake.
So, one, if you want to get him something, strawberries. All right. Do you go pick your own strawberries? You've been out to Ottawa Farms?
I've been there, but I never picked my own now.
All right.
So strawberry shortcake with real whipped cream, not this butter garbage, okay? Real whipped cream. And, that's another thing I never told you. I make my own real whipped cream. So Dom and I, when Dom was growing up, my youngest son, he loved strawberries and real whipped cream. We'd make a big bowl of whipped cream, and we'd get the strawberries. We'd dip them in, and we'd eat the whole thing. I mean, yeah.
Nice. All right, last one. All right, candy bar. Okay, if you got, I need a candy bar. I need a shot of chocolate. I need a shot of, whatever. What is your go-to candy bar?
Well, we're going old school here. Before we had Reese's Peanut Butter Cups and Reese's Peanut Butter Sticks, got to go with Mr. Goodbar. There's nothing like chocolate and peanuts together. And it has always been my favorite since I'm a little kid. My father would bring them home, and, it would be for him. But somehow I'd finagle to get one of them out of him. So I got to go with Mr. Goodbar.
All right, so strawberry fripple. Did I say that right? Fripple?
Fribble.
Fribble.
Capiche. Okay.
All right, so strawberry fribble. All right, strawberry shortcake. Okay, and then Mr. Goodbar.
That's my favorites.
Hey, so if you know Carl and you want to hook Carl up, strawberry fribble, strawberry shortcake, and Mr. Goodbar. Hopefully you'll have plenty of those. Hey, if softball girls are watching, hey, you want some cut down that running at the end of practice? Bring the guy, Mr. Goodbar.
Some chocolate with peanuts in it. That's my favorite. Okay.
Awesome. Good stuff,
all right,
man.
Let's get at it quick. Rest of the week for you. What do you got going on? We got to talk about Soundgarden.
Yeah, tonight, Soundgarden, Matchbox 22.0.
Hootie and the Bluefish.
Cover band for Hootie and Blowfish. It will be great tonight.
Now, from what I understand, they've gone from 100 people to 150. And when I was talking to John Henderson this morning at 8 o'clock, they were already at 130 tickets. And tomorrow, I think I'm going to try and twist the wife's arm. They got dueling pianos here in Soundgarden.
Oh, my gosh. If you've never seen dueling pianos, that is one of the funnest things ever. You say what time that is?
I don't know what time, but it's $5 to get in, probably 7 o'clock.
All right, so, only 20 tickets left for tonight.
Right. Cover
band for Hootie and Blowfish, Matchbox 22.0, live tonight at Soundgarden. Get here early. It is a blast. Be a packed house tonight since the restrictions have been lifted.
Right.
Adding more people in there. Then tomorrow, dueling pianos right here once again in Soundgarden.
$5 to get in.
Come see Coach's Corner.
All right, so what do you got for the rest of the week until we talk Wednesday?
Man, we start all back over on Monday. More student athletes coming in, and like I said, we're just grateful to be back at it. And then coming up 23rd, 24th, Georgia High School Executive Committee meetings in Thomaston, Georgia. So we'll give you updates on hopefully what's going on. The question's been all week from our players and our coaches is when can we touch a ball? Right now, no ball. Those are restrictions. So when can we touch a ball? That'll be next one. South Carolina, after your first 10 days, you can bring out a ball. We'll see what Georgia does.
All right, quickly, I have to apologize. This should have been done in the first segment. The Forest City Gun Club, because I'm looking at the lady that did a great story on WJCL, Amy Zimmer. The Forest City Gun Club Juniors Club won their back-to-back state championship last weekend. They're over in South Carolina this week. They go to states. They go to nationals in July. They beat Oconee County, which is I think Oconee Lake Oconee. Okay, Oconee. One of those lakes up there in by Athens. Okay, they beat the national. They were the national champions. So once again, the Forest City Junior Gun Club. Go check it out on WJCL. The story with Amy Zimmer. You can check out the Prep Sports Report. I got a big article with every winner from Lee Summerford. So once again, congratulations to the Forest City Gun Club Junior, I guess, youth shooting team, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's big time. Hey, Savannah.
From 5th grade all the way to college. And it's girls and boys.
And you got a lot of schools that doing it. We got a middle school program. You got Christian, Benedictine, others. Hey, you take that, Southern sports, shooting and bass fishing.
That's all there is.
Now I girls fight football.
All right. Remember, every Saturday morning from 9 to 10:30, 11, It's the Coach and AD right here on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Remember, it's all sports all the time at Coach's Corner. We're in the Sound Garden on the campus of Coach's Corner right here on Victory Drive and Thunderbolt, and it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. So until Wednesday night, may it be the best week ever. Until Wednesday night, may you hit it out of the park, and until next week, may it be best week ever. We're out of here. The coach and the
AD.
We'll talk to you next week.
Bananas.
Shark bananas. All right, we'll talk to you later.